Aerith, I got you mixed up in all of this. Don't tell me to go home. Okay. That stopped that conversation fast. Let's see. If we can just get past the trains that are lit up, we should be able to get out of here. Also, guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII with yours truly, Delicate Blood. I need to save real fast because I've not saved since the last episode. I forgot about that little talking thing at the top of the ladder. I thought I could save. As I was saying in the last episode, we got tricked by Don Corneo, but we got all the information out of him that we needed, and we killed his monster apps. And here we found a high potion in this barrel, so, in this game, make sure you check things that are mildly suspicious. But now we listen to Tifa's advice, and we see if we can just get across all these lit-up trains. Now down here, there's a potion. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I might have just missed something. Did I? Oh no! So this abandoned graveyard. If you guys remember way back a few episodes ago, somebody mentioned that there were ghosts in here. Now, ghosts are one of the most annoying things to fight, so first of all, I'm going to show you what I find to be one of the most effective strategies for fighting ghosts. Fire. That's also why I equipped Fire all onto Aerith, our spellcaster, because it's just easier to kill the ghosts. I will show you the more complicated way of fighting ghosts, and it requires some patience and some paying attention, which also defeats the purpose of it. You can steal from ghosts. You can steal what's called a ghost hand from them, and that will drain HP out of one target opponent. It's a item that you throw, meaning so that anybody can use it. However, items don't have any scaling effects to my knowledge, so I'm not a big fan of attack items that you get in this game. I do have one at the moment that I do plan to use eventually, just haven't gotten there yet. So now we're going to wander around, nothing. Oh, there is something. I lied. Potion! Well, except for the two that we used on Cloud earlier. Let's say, where is everything? This is actually another really nice grinding area that I'm a huge fan of, especially with 3 party members. Ooh, these things are magnificent. These things you can steal ethers from. Now, if you're hurting for money, or if you like money, I would encourage you guys to equip Steel onto a character. I actually have the best luck with Cloud stealing. But we're gonna try Tifa. I believe these things are actually weak against ice. And in this game, you can only steal one item per thing. Per enemy. Now, those things actually do have a decent amount of health. They cannot be paralyzed, so that's why you saw that it didn't stop moving even after it died. And Tifa's doing a fantastic job of stealing. This is wonderful. And I also don't know if Hyper interferes with the rate of stealing, because it does lower the accuracy. And we did notice earlier that some of Aerith's all spells were missing when she was hypered. So I'm not 100% sure if that has an effect or not on things. But ethers sell for about, I think, $7.50, if I remember correctly. Actually, I haven't played this game in forever. So here we actually have a little mini puzzle that you have to do. So move this train first, which will push that train out of your way. Which is kind of funny that that train can push it, but this train can't. Push it real good. But anyways, that's how you push everything together. That's how you get out of here. So we get a high potion, and now we can run across the train, top of the train safely. And by safely, I mean we can get attacked by... Ooh, 3 of these things. Lovely. I believe these things are weak against ice. Now, my strategy for stealing and killing, and since I'm normally like kind of raising up my limit breaks in this area, I'll usually have a character to hypered. That way I can kill these things faster. is you have your characters auto-attack each and every one of them evenly, being very careful not to kill. But there's that ice spell I was talking about. Maybe they're not weak against ice at all. This is one of the backline hasn't been touched. So while your one character is trying to steal, you can loosen these guys up so that after you steal something from them, they're very easy to kill. Or the vice versa is that when somebody has a limit break, like Cloud's about to get, they die very quickly. Now, Aerith is basically always a safe attack because she's so weak. And she's also a character I always mean to hyper, and almost always forget to hyper. Because she's a healer, I'm not very dependent on her auto attacks, and if her magic spells miss, then oh well. I mean, yes, it's a chunk of damage, but it's a healer. I don't depend on my healers to do damage. So, actually, with that being said, let's go ahead and hyper her now. I got one from the Don's Mansion. Auto arrange for you. Thank you. Thank you very much. But this is how you get out of the train graveyard. Now, I believe once you leave the train graveyard, you actually cannot come back in here. And there is one thing I want to get, so we are going to do a small bit of grinding until I find it. Okay, here's the annoying way to handle ghosts, is that when you strike them, they're going to disappear for about a turn or two. I actually don't remember how long they disappear for. But while they're invisible, I believe they also cannot attack. There we go. And they can drain your health and restore a little bit of their own health, thus giving them, their stupid little name. And even worse, you cannot steal from them while they're invisible. Cloud, you're on healing duty. Aerith, I guess you can torch them to come back. Oh, that's what we're going to do. Tifa. No, I don't think I got it off in time. Oh, nice. Alright, so these things are resilient to fire, so do not cast fire on those guys. Let Tifa take care of them with her ultimate. Or with her ultimate, listen to me. Her limit break. Tifa's limit break is awesome and terrible at the same time. And I will show off why, but later. Once I get her to level 2 on her limit break, everybody will see why I'm actually not a big fan of Tifa, which is such a shame because all my friends love her. I've talked to some of my friends we've had battles and contests in this game, or we've been like, oh, why do you use that party member? Why don't you use this material? Why don't you use this strategy? And it's all because, the game's meant to be fully customizable. But it's interesting when I've talked to some of my friends hearing their reasoning and their rationales for things, because I fully disagreed with them, that Tifa is, in my opinion, super limited. And very dependent on, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but her limit break either has hit or yeah. Obviously, if you line up the yeah, she does double damage. If you line up the hit, she basically just does an auto attack. You guys can defend. Now there you're actually seeing Tifa do a defend animation. So when you tell your characters to defend, they defend until their limit bar... That's weird, they didn't show it that time. Oh well, time to die. It's actually funny too, because I actually really like unarmed combat, a lot, hand and fists. I'm a huge fan of gauntlets, armor that increases hand-to-hand damage, so claws or, oh god, I don't know what to call them. They're a very blunt instrument, and they would have a handle on the back side of it, so you would hold onto the handle. It was like the early age boxing glove. And it was a brutal thing. It was meant for crushing bones and whatnot. I cannot remember what they're called. But I like claws and stuff like that. You know, hand weapons. Alright, these things, again, we're not going to deal with. I'm just going to do this to stall them. Because, again, anytime these things take damage, or you try to steal from them, they will disappear. Yep, so there's the drain spell. And that's exactly what the item does as well. It does exactly that. So 59, wow, they took a big chunk out. And I missed 2 of the targets. So I am thinking that hyper affects more than just the auto attack, as I decided that it did. So easiest thing, this is also why I like active time battle, because if it was on wait, you can't do this strategy. But you just hold the cursor over, and specifically, this is where having either like Cloud or Tifa ready with, or Aerith ready with fire, you can just sit here and wait for the targets to pop up. I feel bad, I was not trying to make this into a grinding episode. I know what I'm looking for is kind of a rare summon, so to speak, but I wasn't aware that it was this rare. Now, if you're not paying attention, or if you don't like grinding, you obviously can skip this, or if you don't want to pay attention, you can actually climb back up on the ladder and just run from left to right. And that is actually kind of a safer way to grind in this area, because you don't have to worry about going through to the next area. But there's the train, by the way, but we can't get up on that platform for some reason. I just thought that was really weird that they didn't give you the option, like, oh yeah, you can walk into the train graveyard from there. Nope, still not what I'm looking for. I'm gonna laugh, some of you are gonna know exactly what I'm looking for. Again, guys, if you're gonna leave any comments that are like spoilers, because obviously some people read the comments as the video is going on, especially if I'm doing something like this. I'm not gonna be one of those people, don't leave any spoiler comments ever, or else I'm gonna ban you from my channel. No, but at least, you know, give people a heads up if you're writing a spoiler comment, or if you're going to talk about something that hasn't even happened or been showcased at all, like, let's say, a character, for instance, who hasn't shown up. Please put, like, you know, spoiler in cap locks or at the start of your comment, just like spoiler. That way, I or anybody else who's looking through, if people don't do that, I probably will just erase comments. At the moment, I am reading every comment that I get. So that is what I do ask for, is just give off that common courtesy. I've had other YouTubers get very mad at me when I've left comments, and I wrote, like, spoiler in bold text. And it's like, well, clearly if you're reading this, you're aware that this is a spoiler. But people tend to be stupid regardless. Now, if you're still evil, I think that the ghosts basically become worthless and can't do anything at all. But I actually don't remember off the top of my head. So I'll use that to soften up the one for Cloud. And I'm pretty sure that Tifa actually got her ether.